the fact that I have no idea if I fixed the problem. If I fixed the problem, it's like, I have no idea if I fucking fixed the problem. I ain't got no clue. But the promise, even the promise was still kept. Oh my God. And just in the nick of time did I figure out the problem. So here you go. If you can hear me in the chat, put poggers or some type of thing, because I believe I've got my microphone working. Let's see if I can make my microphone do a little better of a job. I want to see if that... I'm not going to end the stream again. Don't have an aneurysm. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. It's like, can you guys hear me? You got to give me an answer. Like, I have no idea if you guys hear me or not. I need to know, do you hear me? Because I do need that. I mean, it says at the bottom that I've got green and that I'm speaking, but I have no idea if I'm actually speaking and you guys are hearing this. Can you hear me? Because I've no idea if you can or not. The moment someone speaks up and says they can hear something, that's when I can start this, because I don't want to go through 20 minutes of saying whatever the fuck I was saying before. So I want to make sure you guys hear me when I speak this time. But anyway, there's the one person that's here. I need to see who the fuck is the participant. Oh, it's me. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny, YouTube. It's like, Matic, I managed to get it to work. You don't have any idea how long that took. Oh my God. It took forever. It took so fucking long, man. I honestly hate myself. Finally. All right. I finally think I've got it. Let's see who's here. It says it's me. That's a load of bullshit. I know someone else is here. Because it's up and they left. Wow. Okay, then. Yes, it's fucking me. It's like, come on down. We've got cringy white boy. We got cringy white boy here. But I think I finally fixed my mic problem. It's so stupid. It took me a fucking hour to figure it out. What the hell? It took me an hour to figure out. But anyway. I finally figured out the problem. And before, at the end of the stream, I am going to send this live stream link to my Discord page. Not just my Discord page, but my other Discord servers that I'm in. So, God, my voice is probably going to break at this. Okay, well, I have no idea how the fuck I'm supposed to send a YouTube link. Oh, I'm so stupid, bruh. I'm literally dumb. I'm so fucking stupid. What the hell, man? My IQ dropped like 50 points today, bruh. What is this shit? Well, anyway, I am going to be putting my video shit in. I don't even know what I don't even know where I'm supposed to put this, but I'm gonna find places to put it. I have not talked about this in God knows how long. I was about to have a fucking heart attack there, but it seems as my mic is working because there's a green bar at the bottom of my screen, and it is just waving back and forth like one of those fucking door stops from the 1980s. Just yep, I think my mic is working. So I'm just gonna be bringing in the story. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I've actually seen a lot of people and a lot of YouTubers bring up Storytime, and I think I should do this too. I think I should do this with my Cody the Cavalier channel, and I'm only doing this one the first time because I wanted to do it on a mobile device, so that way I can stand up and speak to you guys rather than just sitting down and being a hunkered like a fucking goblin. I don't want to be a goblin the rest of my life. I actually want to be a human being. So I want to stand up and tell you these stories. But this story is going to be one that is going to stick with me for the rest of my fucking life. And let's just start from the very beginning of how the hell I managed to meet the girlfriend that I would once call friend, but would have inevitably call friend with technical friend with benefits. We met when I was a junior in high school. Not a senior, a junior in high school. She was a sophomore, I was a junior. You're like, oh, it was a 1 year difference. Actually, we were the same age. Almost exactly the same age. The only reason why I was a junior and she was a sophomore was the fact that I was put into education 1 year early. So I had more education than she did. Don't fucking matter in this day and age. Our education system sucks. And it basically proves that nothing. News proof nothing. But the times that I had classes that were not very long, or I never thought I would get a girlfriend at that time, along with getting a girlfriend after high school. After high school was the one I never expected to get a girlfriend in. I do have a monitor over here. So for people that are probably like, what the fuck is he looking over there? No, I have a monitor over here. It's connected to my main one. That's why, listen. I don't even know if you can fucking hear that, but there's a monitor right here, right here. And it shows me how many people are in the top chat, and it shows me how many people are here, but it also shows me how long I've been alive, how many people are here, how many thumbs up, how many thumbs down. It even tells me the volume. So it tells me a lot. But back on track, the girl that I thought of, that I never really thought she had feelings for me, because the way she acted with me was the same with everybody else. So there really was I really can say there's no way you could tell she was interested in me. And there was no way to tell. And I think that is what made it more surprising when she asked me out on a first date. I asked her where she wanted to be taken, and she asked me where I thought was a good place to take her. Now, at the time, I had no idea that she was Southern just like me, so it didn't really matter. I managed to take her to the Golden Corral. I took her to Golden Corral in a suit and tie. That is a meme that is also vibe checked. Yes, that is true. I 100% took a woman to Golden Corral wearing a suit and tie. I'm not joking about that. That became the meme of the school. Like that became a meme. I'm not lying. When our school had meme day, 2 people dressed up as me with a tuxedo and tie. And 2 other people that were both women dressed up as my girlfriend at the time. Oh my god, it was so fucking stupid. It was basically like the pre-drip phase where you know how Goku's got drip and Wakanda and all that shit. But after I had taken her to dinner, I dropped her off at her house because I had my permits by the time, so I was already well on the road. And not very long later, I turned 17, and as a special 17th birthday gift, she decided to invite me over to her house, and we decided to have some intimate time together, if you know what I mean. But it is not easy being me, but also trying to live a life of a normal man. It is, people always think, well, you're human. You're just slightly taller than average. How much more difficult could it possibly be for you? Let me put this in perspective. Most guys probably wouldn't bend that much down to a girl who's about 5'3". For someone who's 6'4", that is a nightmare. The girlfriend I have now is 5 feet tall, but don't. She likes to come over whenever she wants. Kay, I'm going to call her Kay. Kay likes to come over whenever she wants, and she basically has parts and says in the relationship that I have right now. I'm glad I have her now, because if I probably didn't, I don't know where I'd be at right now. I have no idea where I'd be at. We have helped each other so much, I have no idea where the hell we'd be at. But I got to meet my girlfriend at the time. I'm going to call her Chelsea. Chelsea at the time's father. And he was a U.S. Marine. He wasn't an Army. He wasn't any of that. He was a Marine. This dude did not give any fucks. But at the same time, he was also very controlling at the house. I can't really be against that because it was kind of unruly when I went there. And Chelsea had a sister and a brother. Her brother was very fond of me because, well, he was fully Mexican. He has never seen a Westerner before, particularly an American. He had never seen an American before. And he had just moved up into the United States. Like, not even joking. That was his first day in the U.S. But the question remains is, how did he get to Ohio from Mexico in one day? Flying. It was that simple. He told me he flew from Guadalajara in Mexico all the way to the Ohio into Toledo International Airport, and he drove down from there. So that makes sense. To me, that made sense. So, because there is a massive airport near the small town I am, so it makes sense. But he had never seen an American, a pure-blooded American before. He's seen Americans who were not white, definitely seen that, but he's never really talked to many white Americans. And I can kind of understand why, when many of the white American community is very flakist, if you know what I mean. I don't remember the word for it, but he was very interested to talk to me. Not just him. The father was also very interested because I had military history with my family. My aunt is a Marine, used to be a Marine, but as they say, once a Marine, always a Marine, so hoorah. My dad was a U.S. Army Ranger. My grandfather served in the U.S. Navy during Vietnam, and I believe both of my great grandparents on both sides, great grandfathers on both sides of the family, of the road side of my family, both of them were German, and both of them grew up in Hamburg, Germany, and both of them were giant Germans. So these Germans were big, strong, massive Germans. And they both served in the Wehrmacht during World War II, which was surprising to me. I had no idea I had Wehrmacht blood in me, but one was a tank driver during the Battle of Kursk, and the other was not as surprising, but he was a conscript for about 8 months before his leg nearly got shot off, so they had to just release him. Even though I thought they were supposed to be fighting to the bitter end, it's not exactly what they were going for. That's not what I thought, but who knows? That story could have been stretched out a little bit by my family. Who knows? But I do know one thing's for certain. My mother's grandfather, he was a tank driver. He had pictures of Tiger IIs. He had pictures of Panzer IVs. He had pictures of Panther IIs. So many different tanks, dude. That man was a tanker. But this story is about the Marine and how I got to bang with his daughter. So let's just get to the chase. After he asked me a lot of questions about what I wanted to be in my life, who I was, and he tested me a couple of times, in one case, it actually backfired on him. It backfired. And I felt bad. I didn't even mean for it to backfire on him. But after he had tested me, he realized that I was real material. And he respected me a lot more for that because I was in the military class and I was a senior NCO. I wasn't just the NCO. I was the senior. I was the dude that if you screwed up, you went to me. No one else. You went to me personally. Because my higher-ups, they don't want to deal with the cadets. They don't want to deal with the lowers and the lower NCOs. That's me. I had to deal with that. Sergeant First Class and JRTC, I had to deal with that shit. I have no idea what I would have been like without JRTC, but I can tell you my life would be so different. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm a little tired because I have not slept all day and all night. But who the fuck cares? Even I don't care. But so after my dad, her dad, sorry, I wish he was my dad because I don't have a fucking dad. After her dad decided, well, he's fine with my daughter, I have no idea. I had no idea that she was a Texan girl until we went out and in the middle of the woods. We literally did it in the middle of the fucking woods. There was no outhouse, no nothing. Just in the middle of the fucking woods. Not once. Oh no. Second week it happened. Another time. So it didn't just happen once. It happened twice. So I thought this would be the woman that I could see myself with. But what I learned after the second time was that you gotta be smart, man. Women today have a much different time with men because the way we have been treating men, the way women have been treating men is just wrong. And I have not realized this until almost 2 years after this happened. Let's listen to this. I had forgiven her for, listen to this, causing a massive scene, which got me and put me into an embarrassed position that almost got me arrested. Another time where I had nearly lied to officers about problems that had embarked themselves in their family. I nearly lied to police officers. That is why you need to be careful. That's not all, but that's a good showing of what the hell I had to go through just so that she could be happy. And the moment I make a tiny mistake, when I accidentally show up 5 minutes late, all of a sudden that I'm a horrible person, that I don't care about her. And it's just, what the fuck? I give you the love and attention you need, and you literally just throw me away that quickly? Wow, okay. Well, karma would soon come after she cheats on me. Yeah, that's right. She cheats on me with a dude who looks like Boogeyman 298. I am not joking you. This dude was so overweight, I bet you money he couldn't even see his own dick if he looked at it. That is how over fucking weight this dude is. It's so bad. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm 210 pounds, woman. Why would you choose someone who's 400 pounds, bruh? Why would you do that? I bet you money he couldn't even run 10 miles an hour. If he had to defend himself for his life, he probably would fall over before he could even throw a punch. That man wouldn't even be able to. And you literally gave up a guy who works out 4 times a week, push-ups, sit-ups, curl-ups, pull-ups, literally lifts weights at that time, and I still do. That's what I don't understand, is that she gave up the best thing that had happened to her for someone who she thought was better. Turns out that same guy that she cheated on me with is my girlfriend's brother. Karma's about to bite her ass. She got bit so hard with karma. I felt bad. Even I felt bad after she fucking cheated. That is how bad she got hit with karma. Number one, her father learned of what she had done and cheated on me. He was angry at her. Oh my God. He was angry at her. Her brother told me, her father was so angry that he wanted to kick her out of the house. He even said she was lucky she was below 18. Had she been 18, she would have been kicked out of the house. That is how bad how quick karma bit her. 3 days is all it took. And here's another thing that karma struck. The guy, she tried being intimate with the guy and learned that his thing was too small. She made fun of me for being this big old giant, but in the real world, she made fun of me for everything, even though it was playful. You could tell it was. But the fact that she said he was too small, it's a little bit of a thing that I like to call karma is a big fat bitch. It struck her. That is not the only thing. Kaylee, which is the nickname I've given Kaylee for my girlfriend now, she knew how bad it was, and what was about to happen would make it so much worse for Chelsea. You ready for this? She tried to ruin my relationship with Kaylee as my best friend. She had the audacity to not only blame me for her cheating, but also to blame me for her screw-ups entirely. Not only that, but she's ruining my relationships with other women. How is that fair to me? I had nearly lost a best friend. Like, it nearly worked. Had I not talked to her and got it through her head, what she doesn't understand is that I was probably within seconds of losing my best friend. Had I not gone after her, I would have lost her. I would not have a girlfriend right now. The fact that I still went after her and said, hey, this isn't your fault. It's not even your brother's fault. It's fucking Chelsea. It is Chelsea. It's not me, it's not you, and it's definitely not your brother. I even tried helping her brother. I wasn't even mad at him. I said, man, you gotta listen to me. She just cheated on me for you. I said, knowing you, you may not even last a week before she leaves you. And he says, oh yeah, we'll just see about that. And I said, okay. I can bet some pretty good money that she's going to leave you within a week. I said, otherwise, the only reason why I learned she went with me is because she actually did like me, but she screwed up on many of the things that she thought were not worthwhile to screw up on. She screwed up on the few things that she didn't care if she screwed up on. And those things were very important in a relationship. Trustworthiness was a big key factor. And here's the funny part. You know what's funny? Well, the one time she accused me of cheating, I let her go through my phone entirely. I said, knock yourself out because I don't have shit. And the fact that I left the room, I left her in there for about an hour, and she comes back and she apologizes and saying that I'm sorry for accusing you of cheating because she saw me talking with another girl. I cannot talk to other women without her being so surprising. Well, I see why in foresight now why she was so adamant, because she wanted to find out what I was doing wrong so that she could take the blame away from herself when the inevitable gets caught. The one thing I also want to note is due to my girlfriend now, Kay, had she not sent me pictures and screenshots of her brother and my girlfriend at that time, Chelsea, being very flirtatious and intimate online, that's how I knew something was up. And here's what I didn't know. Is that guy, the same person that I tried helping, eventually he did come to his senses. I said, you were going to date a dude that's probably about a foot shorter than me. Not only that, but probably couldn't run for his life. And you're going to trade him out for someone who's actually physically fit, does cardio, and basically exercises his life. And you're going to choose Boogeyman 2988 over that. I am lucky that Kay came back to me. But I'm also lucky at the same time that I talked to her. The fact that I was able to talk to her and get her to understand what happened, she started piecing things together and realized that it was Chelsea. The entire thing was built as a ploy by Chelsea. Because she cheated, she wanted my life to be miserable hell after I found out. And so, with the last parting words, as she tried to move out of state, I gave her some last parting words that were pretty damn brutal. The lines, not the brutal term of, I am going to bring up your past. Oh no, I am going to bring up every possible thing that is wrong with you in your entire existence type of ending career type of angry. But ladies, moral of the story, please, please, for the love of God, please, for the love of God, do not cheat on a loyal man. Because there's not a lot of loyal men in this world anymore. You don't know when the next time you might need one. Next story I will talk about is my early childhood and how fucked up it was. And people from, I will say it, this guy I put in chat, Cesar Madrazo, he understands fully of what type of fucked up shit I went through as a child. And even still today, I still go through some of the fucked up shit. But that is going to be a video either for later today or for tomorrow. I have a feeling it's going to be tomorrow. So what I'm going to do now is the next time I do one of these videos, I might just do it here. I might just, I don't know yet. I say one thing and mean another, but we're just going to wait and see. I have a feeling I'm just going to do it here, considering the fact it's much easier to do it here. I've already got a platform built here, so it's not hard for me to do it here. So I plan on this being very, very important. But thank you guys for so much for listening to this. This has been one hell of a day. I am glad that this video is done. And the first ever story time with Codee voice actor, CodeeVA, whatever you want to call me. I'm going to tell you eventually the life story and a story time of how the hell I managed to get my voice acting job and what movies I voice acted in my hometown. I'll see you guys later, because I know many of you will want to come back. Toodles.